How do you do with high shelter prices? Should you buy or just rent until something better comes? It's like walking through a puzzle with no easy path. Lots of good and bad points, and everyone has a view. So, is it smart to dive into owning a home or keep living in a rented place? Let's sort it out so you can decide if now is a good time to buy or if you should wait a little. First of all, how long do you think you'll live in one spot? The more time you plan to stay put, the stronger the reason to buy a home instead of renting. That's because over time, house prices usually go up. Buying a home comes with starting costs that take a while to get back. So if you plan to live somewhere for just a short time, renting might make more sense. When you rent, you skip the big money promise of buying a house. This is really good if you plan to move a lot or only stay for a short while. On the flip side, if you want to live in one place for a long time, buying looks better. Yes, buying a house has upfront costs that might feel scary at first, but you can make up for these costs as the years go by and you keep living in the home. It turns out, if you're in it for the long haul, buying a house can be a smart move. So think about how long you plan to stay in one place before you choose to buy or rent. It's a big choice, but looking at your own plans can really help you decide what's best for you. Every time you pay your home loan, some of that money helps build value in your home, turning it into a real investment that can make your money life more stable. You can't get this value if you rent, but if you decide to sell your house, get ready for extra costs, like real estate agent fees and other costs related to selling. Just the agent's fee can take away 6% of what you sell the house for, cutting into your profit. Buying a house lets you make it on your own, creating the perfect place to live, but changing things to fit you can cost more money. Many folks who buy a house have plans to fix it up to match their style and way of life, but the cost of these changes can be a big surprise. So when you think about buying or renting, you've got to think about a lot of things. How long will you stay? Are you ready for extra costs if you sell? Do you want to fix up your home? These are big questions, but they can help you make the best choice for you. Changing your kitchen may seem simple, but many people don't realize how much it can cost. HGTV says the average price for redoing a kitchen is over $70,000. If you're thinking of buying a house, you need to look closely at its condition. Check things like how old the appliances are, what shape the roof is in, and if it needs any touch-ups. These possible costs can be small fixes or big projects, and they can make owning a house more or less affordable. You should think about these costs when deciding to buy or rent a home. Owning your own home feels great because you can make it just how you like it, but it also means you have to take care of it. From small repairs to big changes, all of that is up to you. While it's fun to make the home your own, it also takes time and can cost extra money. On the flip side, if you rent, the landlord or a property management company usually take care of repairs and upkeep. This means less money out of your pocket right away and more free time for you. When you're choosing between buying and renting, you need to think about if you're ready and able to handle taking care of a house. To compare the costs of owning a home to renting, you need to think about lots of different money matters. You have to add up not just your monthly payments but also all the other possible costs. It's a big choice, so take the time to look at all parts of it. This way, you can make the best decision for you. When you own a home, each month you have to pay for the home loan, property taxes, insurance for homeowners, and maybe even fees to a homeowners association, an HOA. Also, be ready for surprise costs like repairs that can happen at any time, even in the middle of the night. If you rent, your monthly costs usually just include the rent and insurance for renters. Fixing things is usually the landlord's job. Let's hope they're quick to handle those repairs. Owning a home lets you build value in it over time, but it also means you have higher costs at the start and ongoing money responsibilities. Renting can be cheaper right away and gives you more freedom to move, but it doesn't let you build up any value in the property. Choosing to buy or not can be affected a lot by what's happening with house prices. When house prices are going up, it might feel like a good idea to buy because your home's value could increase. But high prices could also make it hard to get a good deal. Nobody wants to buy a house when prices are super high because they're scared they paid too much and won't get their money back if they sell later. So, before you decide whether to buy a home or rent, think about all these factors. Monthly costs, who takes care of repairs, and what's happening with house prices can all influence your choice. It's a big decision, so take your time and think it through carefully. This will help you make the best choice for your life and your wallet. Just like putting money in stocks, house prices can reach super high levels. This means new folks buying will often pay top dollar. On the other side, if the market is down and prices are low, you might find cheaper options and have a better choice of homes. But when the market is falling, it can be scary. Imagine catching a dropping knife. It might keep falling. In a market where prices are dropping every month, people get nervous. Banks get strict about lending, and mostly just brave folks with a lot of money end up buying. The ups and downs of the house market can affect how much you gain or lose. So you need to find a balance between what the market is doing and your own situation before you decide to own a home. Buying a house can be a great way to grow your money thanks to something called leverage, or in simple words, a home loan. Here's the deal. You can start with a small amount of money up front to enter the housing market without needing all the money to buy a home straight away. So before you jump into buying a house or staying with renting, think about these things. Whether it's a high or low market, your own money situation and the idea of using a loan can help you buy can all play a part in your decision. Make sure to weigh them carefully. Picture this. You put down 10% or $60,000 on a house that costs $600,000. If the house's value goes up by 6%, you get a huge 60% return on the money you first put in. It's like a money magic trick that can do better than what you usually get from stocks. But remember, this money game has two sides. While it can boost your profits when the house prices go up, it can also make your losses bigger if prices drop. A small drop in home value can quickly eat up your ownership in the house, leaving you owing more money than the house is worth. This kind of money move is like a roller coaster. When it works for you, it's really great and can make you a lot of money, but if things go bad, you could find yourself in a lot of trouble. People who own homes often have more steady costs compared to those who rent. Buying a house usually means higher starting costs, like a down payment and other fees. But people who own often get loans with fixed rates, making their monthly payments the same each time. This helps them to plan better and protects them from changing rental prices that renters have to deal with. On the other hand, if you're renting, your rent might go up because of what the market is doing, choices your landlord makes, or rising costs of things, also called inflation. This can make it harder for you to manage your money. So owning gives you steady costs, while renting might make your costs go up and down. Even if the cost of owning a home, like insurance and upkeep, goes up a bit over time, it usually stays more steady compared to rent. People who own homes can feel good knowing that what they pay each month won't change much. This helps with planning money for the long run and makes budgeting easier. The housing market can change a lot. It can affect the price of homes, how many homes are for sale, and even loan interest rates. When you buy a house or rent one, you're affected by these market changes. While it's good to think about where the housing market might go, what's more important is to look at other things. You should consider how much it costs to rent versus buy, how long you want to live in one spot, and if you're ready to handle taking care of a home. Thinking about these things will help you make a smarter choice about whether or not buying a home is the right move for you. It's all about knowing your own situation and weighing the pros and cons before making a big decision like this. Kindly subscribe to my channel, like my video, and please drop a comment.